You would think I would get used to this already. Jesus. Warning! The following live broadcast may contain loud, obnoxious, shrill, and alarming noises that might be considered disturbing, if not outright uncomfortable to listen to, especially if you are wearing headphones. I share my office space with an African gray parrot and two parakeets, and I have no control over their behavior while I am live streaming, unlike my regular videos where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can. If you are sensitive to loud, surprising background noises, especially noises that sound like smoke detectors, and there you go, some stuff like that, and garbage trucks and all that fun stuff. Jesus, hold on. I recommend either not turning your volume up too loud or watching my edited pre-recorded videos instead. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Hold on. Your discretion is advised. Oh my God. There we are. Okay. There we go. I mean, it's like, look, I go on vacation. I don't do, a solo live stream for a couple of weeks. And it's like, I have to start all over again. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. It's like, one of these days. But that's how it always goes, right? Nobody tunes into a live stream for any type of professionalism whatsoever. Oh my goodness. So hello everybody. Welcome to another live stream. Hello Amaris. Welcome into the chat. So this is another live stream. Oh, Jay Solano, here you go. Thank you. Come on in. Yes, welcome everybody. Yes, help me wake up here. So here we are, another live stream, another solo live stream for me. Like I said, it's like it's been a very busy couple of weeks, and it always feels like I'm trying to like catch up and try to remember how to do everything. So welcome Amaris, welcome Jay Solano in the chat, and yes, and welcome to the three people who are watching me right now from regions beyond. Thank you so much. It's like it'd be nice for you to come on over and join us in the chat and whatnot. We're gonna have a good time, but you know what, there's probably reasons why you're just listening. You're probably working along with me and whatnot, and yeah, so it's all good. Oh, 4 people, there you go. Welcome everybody. So I guess I might as well just get this started, right? So hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I am, what am I today? Oh, I am a cartoonist. I am an illustrator and a comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992 because I don't know any better. And I am known for the furry fantasy adventures Tall Tales and my medieval fantasy soap opera drama, EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, now in its final hours on Kickstarter right now. And yeah, we'll talk more about that in a minute. So I am also co-host with Nita Lanning on the Rage Into the Vlogs show on the Indie Comics Network every Monday and Friday at 11 a.m. And in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and where you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here if you are watching me on YouTube. At Daphne Lage, Lage Art. And if you're watching on Facebook, come on over to YouTube, the fun's over here. So you can check out my videos out here at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we go live. We have a lot of shows on the Indie Comics Network along with mine. So so it's like, so there you go. So make sure you do all the things that make the algorithm gods happy so that they help spread the word about my channel, which, by the way, I am at 960 subscribers right now. Yes, it's like I am very close to having a subscriber count somewhat equal to the population of Vatican City. So yeah, help a girl out, spread the word. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get to 1,000, and yeah, and give Vatican City a run for its money in terms of population size. So, yeah. So speaking of the watching out for shows that's coming up, a little quick housekeeping before we get started. Like I said, I am co-host with Nita Lanning on Rage Into the Vlogs show, and this Friday we are doing a closeout stream for EGORAVEN Air the First Unicorn, which, like I said, is in its final hours on Kickstarter right now. So all the links, what am I doing here? All the links are in the show notes below and in the chat for you to check out. Yeah, so we're going to be holding all my buttons. Where are all my buttons? Oh, here they are. Yeah, so we will be holding a closeout show this Friday for the campaign. And also on Saturday, we will be returning. It's that time of the month. We are returning with House of Bob, the Drawing Night Stream, an adults only live stream, where I will also be joined by Nita Lanning, where we have conversations that's not appropriate for the daytime crowd, although it is at 8 p.m. because even though we're adults, we still have to go to bed early. So join us this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I will be drawing some more House of Bob naughty pinups that we can't show in an open stream on YouTube. And we're going to be having some conversations, and we will have our first guest on House of Bob this weekend. I was about to say infamous, more like, look, it's like well, I guess after his book Bloodwing Angel, starts making the rounds, it's like, yes, maybe infamous, who knows, but the absolutely always welcome, the one and only John Celestri, master animator, will be joining us on Saturday, where we will be talking about his comic Bloodwing Angel, which is also on is also live, the campaign for that right now on Kickstarter as well. And the topic that we will be discussing is, why is it that we can't as a society, have adult conversations about adult themes? What is it with talking about adult artwork that either makes people turn into ridiculous 12-year-olds or absolute prudes? So that's going to be our topic for this Saturday. So again, join me, Nita, and John Celestri on where's my thing here? I got to get used to this thing. Just join us on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern for the 2-hour live stream. So that's pretty much what's going on. So yeah, I know I'm gonna be sounding like sounding like that, probably. It's like I'm gonna be sounding a little repetitive, a little broken record type of thing. What do the kids say nowadays instead of broken record? I mean, it's like, I guess if you're hipster enough, you still play records. All the millennials love their records or something, even though all the millennials are in their 40s now, but they still have record players. So what would be the equivalent? What's the new thing of saying like a broken record? It's like, it's like, well, whatever. So like I said, this is going to be all I pretty much talk about until the campaign ends on Friday. So like I said, EGORAVEN Air the First Unicorn is in its final hours on Kickstarter as we speak. And I just have to tell you, nobody is more surprised about this campaign than I am. This is for EGORAVEN, Heir the First Unicorn, the first trade paperback. This is volume 1, collects issues 1 through 4 of the series. And yeah, we are literally close to breaking the last stretch. Well, the second to last at this moment, second to last stretch goal at $7,500, which is the metal bookmark. And, you know, as was revealed on Monday, I added a last minute stretch goal at the end, you know, to see if, you know, could we push this a little bit further? I mean, so yeah, so if you're not following along, we are close to 75 right now on the campaign. Look, for a campaign that I was thinking I was going to be lucky if I reached 3, it's just been really, really amazing how people are reacting to the campaign. And I'm just floored by it. And it's like, holy crap, people. So thank you so much for everybody who supported the campaign so far. If you haven't seen it, here is the trade paperback. This is the proof that I had done several months ago. As you can see, it's a full color trade paperback. So yeah, so the second the campaign is finished, I'm going to be like going over the file one last time, doing some final edits, some final tweaks, and then getting it out. So hopefully within like the next 2 weeks, I will have the books already. I'll have the books in hand so I can start sending everything out. So like I said, right now it's like we're just on the cusp of unlocking the metal bookmark for the campaign. And yeah, and like I said, during this on Monday, I had revealed a last minute stretch goal just to see if we could push the campaign to 8, just to see what would happen. You know, it's like, you know, why not, right? We're that close, and it was another $500, right? And if we unlock if we break 8K, $8,000 on this campaign, it will unlock this sticker that I will be putting in everybody's, if you pledged a physical level, I will be putting this sticker in everybody's pledges if you pledge to a physical level. But we have to reach 8,000 first. So this is it. It's a hollow foil. You really can't get a sense of it. You know, in this lighting that I have right now. So, but at 8K, this is going to be the reward for all physical pledges. So, yeah. So if you want to get this sticker in this little, you know, EGORAVEN as a trucker girl, you know, sticker, because I know you want to put it on your car. I know you're all imagining it on your windshield, you know, because on your back bumper and stuff, you know. So, you know, just make sure to check out the links in the show notes below and help make that happen. For those of you who are also, you know, like waiting at the last minute to pledge to the campaign, also remember that I have exclusive variants on the campaign that are only going to be printed to order to pledges. So if you're thinking that you can pick, so this is the exclusive issue 1 nude variant that is available on the campaign, and I have it in the regular version. I have it in of course, the virgin version of it, right? And this is the silver version of it. I wasn't able to get a proof of the hollow foil because that paper was on back order, but there is a hollow foil version of the cover as well. So technically there's 4 variants to the nude cover variant. So if you want to pick up any of these variant covers, you have to pledge to the campaign. I am not printing any extras after the campaign ends. It's just going to be strictly to order. So if you miss out, you miss out. You know, sorry about that. That's how it goes in crowdfunding. So if you're, you know, waiting, I wouldn't wait. So you barely have enough time now. It's like, look, it's Wednesday. It ends at Friday at 11:15. So make your pledges now, and don't miss out on any of the variants that are there as well. Another thing that we are also I'm also offering. So, like I said, we're doing the closeout show on Friday for the campaign. Everybody who pledges to the campaign, either a physical or a digital level, I will be putting all your names in a raffle that we will be doing on the live stream after the campaign closes. And I will be raffling off. I guess I'm pretty certain I'm talking about this here first, but I don't know. I probably talked about it on one of the previous streams. But if not, hey, it's just a reminder for everybody. So if you pledge to the campaign and join us on the live stream on Friday, your name will be added to the Wheel of Fortune. Well, I will be giving away the proof to issue 5. This is the proof to the campaign after this one. So somebody is going to win the next chapter in the EGORAVEN series. So if you want to try your hand at being one of the first people to get issue 5 before the campaign launches for this in November, then pledge to this campaign, join us on Friday, and and I will raffle this off to somebody. But not only will I raffle off this proof copy of issue 5, I am also going to be raffling off the Jaden Lanning variant of this issue as well. So 2 lucky winners will be able to read the next chapter of EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, before everybody else. So I'm sure that's going to be a lot of fun on Friday. So like I said, make sure you pledge to the campaign, and we'll add your name in on the wheel, and 2 lucky winners will get issue 5 of EGORAVEN. I had to double check that because I'm trying to be as much. I'm kind of ahead right now, and it's like I'm trying to make sure I'm telling everybody the right issue right now. So there you go. Link. The link is right there. The link is in the show notes. The link is in the chat. I'm not really sure how many hours I have left on it, but like I said, it ends on Friday at 11:15 a.m. And so make your pledge and join us on Friday. And I will be talking about what I learned during the campaign, what's coming up next in terms of crowdfunding and all that fun stuff and all that. So, like I said, thank you everybody who has supported so far, who has helped spread the word. Like I said, this campaign has just performed in a way that I completely was not expecting. And look, all I can say is that I can't wait to share the next chapters with you guys. I mean, the story is beginning to get intense, and I hope you guys really enjoy the ride. I mean, it's like I just finished. I just got the last page of the flatting for issue 6. I'm just finishing up some stragglers. Here's some work here because when October hits, I'm going to be working on issue 7 in earnest. We're getting those inked and flatted. So hopefully by around December, I can start finishing. I can finish the layouts for issue 8. So hopefully by the beginning of next year, but the beginning of saying next year sounds a little, it's like it's really close now, right? So it's like, so in the beginning of 2023, I want to get volume 2 proofed. just yeah, to get that going. I mean, and also there's a couple of special things too that I want to try out as well. But definitely, what I'm looking for is starting 2023 with a proof of volume 2. Which would be cool. Um, so yeah, so speaking of other things, the straggler work that's going on. I'm trying to remember what I spoke about the last. It's been a couple of weeks since I did a live stream, a solo live stream. So I'm trying to remember what I talked about. Um, and yeah, so I think okay, so I know that I spoke about the novel. I finished the novel, EGORAVEN, Cult of the Wolf Witch, which is the continuation, is a story continuation of the main series. I did finish that. I have Nita beta reading it right now. So I'm getting that I'm starting that process of editing the novel, so that um so that's kind of finally off my table right now, although technically it's not. But at least now I have the novel done, so now I can I can go back to actually concentrating on working on these issues. So I'm going to pop the camera to the drawing table so I can show you better what's going on. So the next thing that I've been working on, like I said, this is all the straggler artwork that I'm trying to finish before the end of the month, so that I can start October, with inking issue 7. So this is for next year. So this is a remastered cover for Tall Tales, because Tall Tales is always in the mix somewhere. I know it doesn't seem like it right now, but it's like Tall Tales is, it's like I'm trying to alternate, as much as I can. So this is a remastered cover for the short, the one shot, Tall Tales, or So I Thought, which is the kind of like the Gabrielle origin story, if you will. So yeah, so I took the original piece that I did back in 2007, just to give you an idea. This is what the inks looked like before I decided to remaster it. So you see how kind of like plainish the inks are, because it's like I was still trying to figure out how to ink for color and whatnot. So, and I thought that I may had to like redo the image, like to do a different cover or whatnot. But what happened was that when I started kind of adding more layers of ink to the piece, I was like, you know what? I really don't need to redraw anything. In the end, it's like the base. So this is the base, right? Inks. And then this is what I did. I just layered some more ink on it, kind of embellished it a bit and added a background. The background is what's new. I didn't touch any of the original artwork. I mean, this is literally the same piece from 2007. I just kind of finished inking it, essentially. I added the background to it. So now it's like I have technically a brand new cover for this book, which will be released next year, or late next year. So this is going to be the Tall Tales one shot. I'm not sure if I talked about Peacekeepers before, because I had done the same thing to that cover. I had taken the original cover from 2007, re-inked it, finished the inks. No, actually, no, that one I re-inked. Did a new background for it. And because Peacekeepers will be coming out in early next year. This is going to be more towards the end of next year. So I'm trying to get all the, all of my older Tall Tales books out, so that the following year, for 2024, we can kind of start the Tears of the Mother story arc on a fresh start. So I'm really excited to get like all this classic, oh my God, this classic Tall Tale stuff out to kind of give everyone that base, that story base. So then when we start putting out Tears of the Mother, it's kind of a little bit, it's more seamless. The story, because now it's like all the previous books will be available as well. So this is so this is going to be the new cover for the Tall Tales one shot. So that was like just really nice to be able to do. So the other things that I have on the table, I'm not sure if I told you about these yet, but like I said, I am currently working on issues, 6, 7, and 8 to finish the volume 2. So of course I had to draw out the cover for EGORAVEN volume 2. So this is like the pencils, obviously, of EGORAVEN volume 2. I just had to make a couple of more changes to it. Before I start inking it, just to tweak it a little bit. But so far, it's exactly the way I want it, the layout wise and whatnot. It works with the actual text and the logo and everything. So I double checked that. So I'm going to be inking this sometime in the next 2 weeks so that I have this done for October as well. So, and then of course, and then the next thing that's on my table, like I said, the novel is completed. So, and I had to kind of celebrate by sketching out the cover to the novel, setting it up and whatnot. So I don't remember if I showed it to you guys already. I know it's a little hard to see because of the blue line, but this is going to be the cover to the novel, EGORAVEN Cult of the Wolf Witch. So I have that already set up and laid out, and it's like making sure that the layout works with the cover elements like the title and the back blurb and whatnot. So again, I just have to kind of like make a couple of small decisions first before I start inking it. So this is also on the to-do list as well. The only thing, the thing that I'm kind of thinking of is that depending, I mean, it's still going to be a while. You know what? Let me not mention it because it's like in the end, there's no point. I have all these illustrations that I still have to do with the book. It's like I said, it's probably going to be another year before the actual novel is released, is completed and released. I have all these illustrations to do. I haven't even gone through first round of edits yet. So maybe let's just leave it at that. So at least I have a cover that I'm happy with. So that's also on the table as well. And one last thing, because I am a masochist, it seems. So another thing that I am working on is another short story for EGORAVEN from one of the future campaigns, because I have to like doing the actual series isn't enough for me right now. So this is the start of an 8-page short story that I'm working on right now. That's going to be a bonus story in one of the future campaigns for next year. So I started on these as well. I already have these 2 pages flatted. So I'm like, as I'm finishing inking, I'm just throwing, pages to my flatter. So right now I have, these are the first 2 pages. And this is what, and then this is the next page that I have to ink as well. So like I said, it's an 8-page short story. It's about EGORAVEN going to the doctor for the first time. But technically, she's not really going to a doctor. She's going to a vet, because that's where, when you're half animal, I guess that's kind of who you go to. Technically, you go to a vet. So that's what the story is about. So, like I said, it's just 8 pages. It's just going to be a little bonus story for a later campaign. I do have all the pages laid out So I'm just penciling them in. This is just what I have so far, so on the table. So again, it's like this is on my list of trying to get this finished before October starts. So one last thing, speaking of campaigns, I swear this is the last thing I'll talk about when it comes to campaigns. So a thing, like I said, with the campaigns, like I said, I do have the variant covers that are, you know, exclusive to the campaigns, and I want to make variant covers more of a regular thing for the next issues. So I do have a variant cover already, a couple of variant covers. I have the Jaden Lanning cover, which variant cover for the next for the issue 5 campaign, and I also have I'm going to have a homage cover. For those of you who haven't seen it, I have an artwork on the cover of the latest Comics Unlimited, which is a British magazine that you could find on Amazon. And it is a homage cover to a Jack Kirby Thor, but it's EGORAVEN. So it came out really, really well. So for the issue 5 campaign, I'm going to be offering up that Thor homage cover as an exclusive variant cover for the next campaign. So the next campaign is pretty much taken care of in terms of variant covers. I'm not going to be one of these campaigns that has like 17 variant covers for one campaign. It's like that's a lot to handle. So I'm just dealing with the variant covers that I have now. So the thing is though, but I'm still thinking about you know, what to do for the next campaigns, because like I said, the further I'm ahead, just the calmer I am. So here's the thing. So like I said, the nude covers are, you know, popular. What can I say? I mean, it's like we're all pretty obvious there, right? So so I was thinking, you know, it's like, well, instead of just doing nude cover, or what have you, well, hey Jake. Well, you know, it's like it could be, but it's not actually. It's not. It's actually, you know, a rather innocent little story. You know, it's like, look, the dirty stories come later. The dirty stories are coming later, and that's going to be its own dedicated book. So I don't want to cross the streams right now, but in terms of saucy though, like I said, the nude variant covers are doing really well, and I'm trying to come up with all these other ideas for variant covers that you know, that might interest collectors. And the thing is, though, after I did the that's right, sir. So you know, so it's like, so this morning I did like a really quick sketch, and I'm like going, you know what, so here's the question. If you're a collector of variant covers, are you really concerned about whether it's related to the story in the book, or are you just looking for a really, really cool image, right? So I did this image. It's not necessarily a nude cover, but I think it's kind of, you know, spicy enough that I think it would make a really nice variant cover. The only problem is that it has more to do with the novel than it does to do with the main series. Like, the novel is still fresh in my head though. So I don't know if you can kind of like see it here. So it's EGORAVEN and werewolf Loki, because I'm just a degenerate like that. So like I said, the novel is very much on my brain right now, and I'm just wondering, you know, it's like, look, if I offered this as a variant cover for maybe like issue 7 or issue 8, would it matter? You know, it's like, would it matter that this image has nothing to do with the comic yet? You know, that it's like, you know, like this all will be explained later, but just not for a while. But my whole point is like, if I were to, like, for variant covers, does it matter? Are you just collecting the covers for the image, or do you kind of want it to still be associated somehow with the actual story? So this is what, so this is the one, you know what, I'm probably just going to do the piece anyway, and then just, put it out there, see how people react to it, and then just, run with it then, because it's like, so if you love werewolves, if you love furries, and a little saucy cover, this is going to be the cover for you. So this is going to be the variant cover for you. So so there we go. So that's also what's on my plate right now. So that's the so that's the pile. That's my to-do pile for the rest of the month. But yeah, it's like just trying to keep everything moving. It's like everything is just, it's just all about getting this work done and getting these books done. So speaking of campaigns, which is obviously the reason why everyone is here, right? So the thing that I am working on today is I will be working on sketch covers for the OSWALD Chronicles. So I know there's 4 of you out there who are waiting for your sketch covers from the previous campaign. So that is why we're here today. This is going to be the episode, I guess the point of the episode. We're going to be working on an OSWALD sketch cover today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw a bump, transfer us over to the drawing table, and we can get this started. So just hold on. I'm gonna run a couple of bumps, and we'll be right back.
EGORAVEN returns to Kickstarter in its first trade paperback, collecting issues 1 through 4 in one full-color volume. EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, is the story of a unicorn princess exiled into the mortal realm after she is betrayed by her elf prince husband-to-be. Dragons overtake her kingdom, and how she trains to become a knight with the help of an unusual trio of blacksmiths. It's a mature audience telling of the classic hero's journey with a soap opera twist. So check out EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, Volume 1 today.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the dream of Medina and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the craze. If you are an independent, catch the craze. Making moves on your own, catch the craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the craze. Join the movement, catch the craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the craze.
Hi. Oh, one more bump.
Hi everyone, Daphne Lage here. Join Nita Lanning and me on the Ragin' to the Vlogs show, where we talk about everything, nothing, and all the bits in between. Looking for hour-long conversations about indie comics, social media marketing, and crowdfunding, with the occasional rant and story time? Head on over to the Ragin' 2 channel on YouTube, Mondays through Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern to join in the chat.
Hit the button.
Okay, so there we go. So we're on the other camera. Okay, and let me just... Okay, so there we go. All righty. So here we are with this sketch cover for the Oswald Chronicles. So it took me a little bit to try to figure out like what exactly I was going to do with these covers. I mean, it's like when you do as many sketch covers that I have for all the campaigns, it's like, oh, God, it's like I think I must have done. I lost count at 200. I know I've done more than 200 sketch covers. And, you know, after a while, it gets a little daunting trying to figure out, you know, like, okay, how do I do sketch covers and still make them look interesting? Especially when I know that a lot of we have a lot of regulars that buy them. So I don't want to just do, you know, I kind of want to mix it up a bit so that it doesn't look like they're just getting the same portrait character portrait over and over again. So for this one, I was trying to say, well, you know, it's like, okay, usually what I do is like, you know, for Oswald, it's like I take a scene from the inside or something, or you know, or I just try to come up with some like goofy scenarios. Like if you caught some of my previous live stream, I did this whole Oswald series where he was kind of like meeting like the king of the mushrooms, the king of the carrots, you know, like I don't know, it's like all these different kings, you know, weird kings of whatever, you know, it's like it just really like, you know, goofy kind of whimsical type of thing. So I was trying to figure out, okay, so I have like 6 covers that I have to do. What am I going to do for these 6 covers? What's going to be the theme? So I decided I was going to be probably just a little, you know, weird about it. So this is a catalog, I guess you could say, or like an overview book from El Prado Museum in Madrid. It's there. It's a collection. It's a photographic collection from of their collection, essentially. Well, this is from 1983, if anybody wanted to know. So I was like kind of like looking through here to get an idea as to what I could do with the Oswald book and the Oswald sketch covers, and I of course came across the garden the Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch, and if you're familiar with the work of Hieronymus Bosch, I mean, he is known for this like surrealism before it was called surrealism, pretty much. I mean, he was the OG of that, honestly. I mean, it's, you know, and he was especially known for these little monsters that he would paint into these scenes. And, you know, and I thought, you know what? It's like, you know, Alice in Wonderland, it's like, oh, that's kind of done. But you know what? It's like I think that the Garden of Earthly Delights, or at least something from Hieronymus Bosch, would be kind of like a good starting place for this. And El Prado had recently had an anniversary, but I'm not sure if it was an anniversary of the painting itself or of the museum. I don't remember. But I ended up buying this comic book. Essentially, they had a comic book commissioned based on the painting, which the fact that a museum got a comic book commissioned to celebrate one of their paintings, I guess kind of tells you how Europe looks upon this art form as opposed to the United States. But you know, that's a different conversation. So this artist, Max, I guess, I'm not familiar with his work, but he did this book for the museum where he pretty much creates a story based on, I think it's 3 paintings. It's the Garden of Earthly Delights, Here we go. The extraction of the stone of folly, which is this painting here, which is the characters, where these characters come from, and then the temptations of Saint Anthony. So this book is a cartoon version of 3 Hieronymus Bosch paintings. And here, and of course it's like, it's like he draws little monsters and whatnot. And and I thought, you know what? It's like this is probably where I want these sketch covers to go. This is probably what I want to do. So because it's like, in the end, it's like, of course, it's like oh, like it just seemed like a natural environment for Oswald to be in. So so I was looking through, some of like, so I was like kind of Googling some other monsters, like close-ups. Because that's the thing too. It's like, obviously this doesn't really go into the detail that I had wanted. So I just, went on my phone and just kind of like Googled like Hieronymus Bosch monsters. And like this particular one, this guy here, he's one of my favorites. Actually, this guy here is my favorite in the painting. It's a bird thing wearing ice skates, delivering a letter. I don't know, and he has a funnel on his head. I don't know. It's like, I'm pretty sure everything has an overwrought meaning, but I just enjoy them for the literal monsters that they are. So I figure I kind of take one of these monsters and put them on the cover. Or to tell you the truth, it's like I was kind of like leaning towards, drawing Saint Anthony with his pig and having Oswald in there somewhere. So I don't know. So let me just let me get my little, so I can kind of, okay, so I have my thing on display there, my phone, so I can see it. I mean, because I also like the buff bird with the flamethrower or something, with a little torch, with flamethrower with the torch. So yeah, it's like, but then it's like also there's that little gremlin with the funnel as well. That's also in the Saint Anthony painting. This little gremlin in a castle thing. So I don't know. So so I don't know. Let's I don't know. Let's kind of like get this started and get a feel for what are we doing here? Are we putting Oswald on ice skates? What are we doing? No. Okay, let's see here. Should I draw Saint Anthony? Because it's like I mean, it's like, cause look at that little guy, right? I mean, the hammer. Why does he have a hammer? I don't know. It's the demons. They're demons. They do whatever they want. So okay. So let's see. So maybe I should do a cover where Oswald maybe is disguised as one of the demons. One of these little gremlin demon things. That maybe, or I don't know. Let's see what we got. Let's see. So let's I don't know. I'm really feeling Saint Anthony though. I really am feeling Saint Anthony. So let's So let's see. So oh, and also that kind of reminds me. It's like hold on. It's like I almost set it up. I always set it up, and then like the last time I had forgotten that I had set it up. So okay, so are we hearing the music? You know, I just want to make sure that it's not too loud. Little, hopefully, a little appropriate. A little appropriate background music as we draw Saint Anthony. And also, Hey, Nicholas. I don't know why I feel like this cover is complicated. So we got the little gremlin in. I mean, Oh, yes, yes, it is actual background noise. I have the windows open. It's still, even though it's gotten cooler, it's still a little hot in this office. So I have the windows open. So whatever you hear in the background, that's actual outside noise. Genuine New York background noise. So is everyone hearing the music okay, or is it a little too loud? Are you actually hearing music? Yeah. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, well, it's my office. I mean, it's just a house. It's just I'm in an extension in the back of the house. It's not like an office. But yeah, they're building a school like a couple of blocks away, so you could probably hear the construction from that. And then it's just kids playing in the background. Like the neighbor kids playing. Kind of just usual stuff. Oh, a comics bodega? Well, the comic book shops here are lame to begin with, but I don't think I've seen. What's funny is that JD, who writes the OSWALD Chronicles, his father used to own a bodega, and JD would actually sell comics out of an actual bodega. So it's not a thing, but it has happened. He would sell like those, like the stuff that you would find in 50-cent boxes and stuff. No, they would not. No, it'd just be the standard Marvel DC fare that he would find in, like I said, 50-cent boxes at conventions. Tijuana Bibles, I think, are really hard to find, and if you could find them, you wouldn't be selling them out of a bodega. Well, this probably has to be the happiest Saint Anthony you will ever see. Oh, okay. Yes. So, yes. Yeah. This probably does need a little bit of explanation. So, this is a sketch cover for the Oswald Chronicles, and this is Oswald speaking to Saint Anthony, as based on the Hieronymus Bosch painting. Was it the Temptations of Saint Anthony? So here's Saint Anthony and his pig and his little demon guy with a hammer there. So I'm basing this sketch cover on this painting, except it just has Oswald in it. Because, like I said, after doing about 200 or so of these sketch covers, it takes a little bit more effort to make them interesting, for me to work on. So this was the theme that I was going to go with these covers. So if you are waiting for a sketch cover for this campaign, the covers are all going to be Hieronymus Bosch themed. So it's Oswald chilling with Saint Anthony while a little weird gremlin throws a fit in the corner. I don't know. It's yes, House of Bob is happening this weekend, this Saturday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to have animator John Celestri as a guest, first guest of House of Bob, and we're going to be talking about his book, Bloodwing Angel. And the topic of the episode is going to be why is it that we as a society can't talk about adult material without being adults about it? It's like, or why can't we talk about adult material and still be adults about it? House of Hype. Yeah, that's fine too. That works for me. That works. It's all about, and it's like, it's all about hyping up the artwork, which will be collected in a hardcover book that I'm slowly putting together. But also what I've decided to do is I'm also going to be putting out Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, it is funny. I mean, sure, but it's like, it's like I think that sometimes it's like it's either it goes from one extreme to the other. It's like either people turn into complete 12-year-olds about it, or they just become absolute prudes. But yeah, that's going to be, yeah, but we're gonna talk more about that. Because the thing is though, especially when we're doing projects like me and John Celestri, we're doing projects where we want to explore more adult themes in our books. And it's kind of like it's either we hit the it's like, why do you need to have that in your book? Or it's like, well, if you're not going all out, why is it in your book? I mean, it's just kind of like, these are just themes we want to explore in our stories. And it's just, and it just becomes a little bit difficult, especially in the United States, to actually have that conversation, where it just seems like in Europe, I have, European books here where it's like, they have sex scenes in it, and it's just normal. It's just part of the story. It's just something that happens. It's not a big deal, and it's like, so yeah, so that's what we're going to be, to be talking about. So I hope you can join us. So it'll be, like I said, Saturday at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I swear to God, this music that I put on, it's actually one of the better searches, like on an Epidemic Sound that I've done for medieval style music. But the funny thing is that I can't help, like it sounds like background music to Epcot Center. So I don't know whether it's like everything just sounds like canned music from Epidemic Sound, or whether theme park music has a specific vibe that everybody imitates, I guess. I'm not sure. Creators in the US ought to just show as is than to worry. I wish, that it's just like, but people are crazy here. I mean, it's like the fact that, when I decided I was going to list EGORAVEN as a mature audience's book, I mean, I went through some kind of angst about it, but then it's like, once I said, okay, it's mature audiences, it's kind of like it opened up this whole realm for me, where it's like, okay, it's mature audiences. I can pretty much do whatever I want. I don't have to worry about, as long as I keep saying it's mature audiences, I don't feel like I'm limiting my story, which I didn't want to do, and, but the thing is, though, that still doesn't stop people from saying, well, why do you have to have that in it? Or can't you do the story without that? And it's like, look, it's like there are just certain parts of my characters that, of my characters' experiences that I want to share. And that's part of the story. And you know what? And even if it wasn't part of the story, that's just still how I want to do it. It's that, yeah. So, and the thing is, it becomes especially difficult if you do have a cartoony style, kind of like what my stuff looks like, and especially John Celestri has a really cartoony style that he's using for Bloodwing Angel, and he gets and he gets a lot of side eye for that. It's like, hey, it's like your stuff looks like it's for kids, but you got all this other stuff in it, and it's like, yeah, and and I've had to stop people too, or I did pick up EGORAVEN. I can't wait to show my kids this, and I go, whoa, wait, no, that's not the type of story that I'm writing. I'm not writing for your kids. I'm writing for you. Yeah. And I think that's where I was really starting to see that argument. Why does it have to have, it's like, why do you have to depict that? And it's like, you know what, how about you explain to me why you don't want to see it, and then I can tell you to go find something else. I mean, it's one thing to not want to see certain things. I mean, of course, like it's not like I want to open up a book and see, like sex in it all the time or whatnot, but the thing is though, is like, if I see a book that has stuff in it that I don't want to see, then I'll just move on to the next. I'll just try to find something that doesn't have it. I mean, you would think it'd be that easy, but what happened is that you have these chicken cutlets on, who are terminally online, and and they think that everything has to be catered to them. There was this thing that I saw that what happened was that in the last, like, especially like 10 years, I mean, all these kids online have literally learned to associate art with content. And they don't understand why creators aren't catering to them, why there are creators that aren't creating for them. And it's like, not everybody does that. Yeah, it's not, yeah, exactly. Yeah, right, exactly. Hold on, I'm not sure if the music is a little too loud. Hold on. The music got like a little intense for a bit, and it's like just lowering it there. So that's the thing. So it's like, I think that what it is that you have these kids who think that everything has to be corporate. And we know, in corporate, is this gray sludge of matter that people are consuming without thinking about it. And they can't handle the fact that there are creators who are creating without that filter, without that audience filter. Where it's like, oh, this stuff, I don't want to see this stuff. Okay, so don't see it. No, you're supposed to stop doing it. You're supposed to stop doing it. I'm not supposed to go looking for anything else. And I go, no, that's not how it works. If you don't like something, you're the one that has to move on. You not liking something is not my problem. I mean, if you want to be warned, the whole content warning thing, but even then it's like that's being abused and weaponized against creators as well. That's why I just say my shit's mature audiences. I don't really say, okay, adult content and violence. That's it. You want specifics? I'm not giving you specifics. You have to tell me what your specifics are, and I'll tell you. But I'm not going to guess anything for anybody. And so that's and that's kind of what it is. It's like, we have these books that we want to do a certain way, and we see kind of a pushback on it because I don't know. It's like, what? Because of them. Because it's a them problem, not a me problem. Because it's not like I'm stopping making books the way I want. But the thing is, though, it does make it difficult to market. That's kind of like the paradox that we're in. It's like, I want to tell a story a certain way, but I know by telling the story a certain way that I am affecting how I'm able to sell it. And yeah, the question is that how much does that really matter to me? Because it's like, if I just wanted to do a really safe mainstream book, yeah, I guess I could strip all character out of my stories and do it. But then why bother at that point? you know. You know, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, Jake, yeah, it's like that's a whole that's like another angle of that too. You also have these companies that now, mind you, um you know, when MasterCard was confronted by that, oh no, you can't sell adult artwork and be able to use, they were blaming government regulations for that. And then when people tried to find out what the government regulations were, even like, I guess the people they spoke to says like, no, that has nothing to do with us. That if things are being banned, it's because that's what these companies are doing, not us. So it's a whole thing, and that's like a whole other that's like a different part of that too. This whole this whole obsession with sanitizing everything, not necessarily to make a safer platform, but a more marketable platform. That's the funny thing. It's like it you know, they um you know, and like I said, it's like, and then it's like stories, you know, stories like what I want to tell, you know, depending, you know, it's yeah, it's kind of like, look, you know what, I'm gonna tell the story that I'm gonna tell, and in the end, like, the audience be damned, you know. you know I guess what I need to do is like, I need to find it. I need to find, and so far it's been working, you know, finding that audience that wants to read the stuff that I'm making as it is, you know. I mean, I've mentioned before with the novel, I have Nita, I guess, beta reading it right now. And, you know, and I told her, it's like, you know, yeah, it's like the book has like, the novel has like 3 sex scenes in it. And I'm actually kind of curious as to which one of my beta readers are going to point to those and go, why are these here? You know, and, you know, not that I'm going to take them out, but it's just, you know, again, it's like, you know, it's like, oh, why do you have to write a story like that? And yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about in detail on Saturday. Um, you know, and yeah, it's yeah. So also, so if you know, if you look in the chat, oh yeah, I just learned about that too. Dark Horse is, yeah, they, well, I was told it's not that they moved from Diamond, but Diamond is no longer, they're no longer exclusive with Diamond. So Diamond is just going to be another wholesaler for Dark Horse. So, you know, so yeah, so, you know, it's like, yeah, so I just heard about that. So, I mean, we're still waiting to see what the fallout of Marvel and DC not being exclusive. I know that DC is completely out of Diamond. Marvel's not exclusive. Some other publishers are not exclusive with Diamond anymore. So, I mean, I guess we're still waiting for the fallout, if there is in the end. Maybe Diamond actually has it more under control than we think, because it's not like they collapsed after losing 70% exclusivity, right? But let's see. So yeah, so that's you know what's funny is like, I want to say, oh, this should be interesting to see, and I'm like, and but at the same time, like, going, no, actually, it's not. I haven't. I mean, look, I've been banned from the Diamond catalog for decades. Okay, it's like they decided that Tall Tales doesn't sell at all, so they refused to put it in the catalog. So, I haven't sold anything through Diamond since, which means that I haven't had anything in comic book stores since. So whether they rise or fall doesn't affect me at all. So in the end, I really don't care. And honestly, it's like, I am not the person to come to talk about, we need to support our local comic book shops and stuff like that, because I don't care about them either. Ever since I spent about a week calling every comic book store in the tri-state area and even New Jersey and whatnot, trying to even get them to look at our books to see if they would be interested in carrying them. It's like either they gave me a polite fuck off, or they outright told me, if you're not in Diamond, we're not interested. So I figure if comic book stores have no problem telling me to fuck off, I don't have a problem telling them to fuck off either. So that's really, it's like, hey, hi Red Bandit, hello. Welcome to the stream. It's like we're almost at the end of it. So this is the weird sketch cover that I'm working on right now. It's for the OSWALD Chronicles. It's Oswald talking to Saint Anthony as based on the Hieronymus Bosch painting of the Temptations of Saint Anthony. And of course, in pure Bosch, I needed to put one of these weird little creatures in the piece in the piece as well. So this is how I make doing sketch covers interesting for me after doing 200 after doing over 200 of these. So so that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing. So let me draw in this pig right here. So that's kind of like, my quick and dirty explanation about the Diamond thing is that pretty much I don't care. And if Diamond were to go under and take comic book shops with them, I wouldn't care either. Because like I said, if they didn't care about me or my books when I went trying to talk to them. So okay, enjoy your Funko Pops. I mean, that's really that's pretty much how I feel about that. So let me just pause that. Okay. Well, so hey everybody. Hey Frog, hello. So yes, thank you. Peace be with you, my son. Yeah, the music. Yeah, I mean, this was a pretty good playlist that I found. But like I said, it's like some of the pieces sounded like background music to Epcot Center. So it was just really funny. Hey, Lucky Neko, hello. Yeah, I guess that everyone's trickling in at the very end of it. So so here's what I've done so far. At least the live stream has helped me break the ice on these sketch covers. I have 6 of these that I have to do. So at least this starts off the whole thing. So just to give you guys one more comparison look. So here's the painting. Here's the painting that I'm basing the cover on, right? And then, and then it's like, you can see, so there you go. So it's kind of like, that's what we're working with right now. I like the way the little, little guy right here. I like the little guy right there. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. So yeah, so let me just put this right here. And yeah, so hold on. Let's just turn over here. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. So, okay. All right. That looks, yeah, it's kind of funny how it's like, it always looks a little different when I'm looking at on the laptop than when I'm looking on the main screen. Because I guess, because it's larger, it's a larger screen. So there you have it. So here is the start of my cover for my sketch covers for the OSWALD Chronicles. Like I said, I have 6 of these to do. So hopefully this one actually, I don't know. It's like, it seemed like it was complicated, but I don't know. I mean, it should be okay to color. It's not, the other ones I'll try not to be so much, but you know what it is, the painting that I was basing it on was a little specific, so I wanted to get those, I wanted to get that vibe in. So it doesn't matter, but it's gonna look, it looks good. It looks good. So I'm liking the way it looks on the screen. So there we go. So so OSWALD and St. Anthony for the cover. So okay, so there we have it. We come to another end of a live stream. At least we got some work done, which is good. Didn't have much conversation, but you know what? It's like, look, there's just some days I just have to actually just get work done, which we did. So I'm very pleased with that. I'm very pleased with the way the cover's coming out. So that's good. So I like to thank everybody who who came in the chat. Lucky Neko, Frog G, Jake, Red Bandit, Okia Fern, and Zatanna, and we have Nicholas. Hello, Nicholas. And James and Jay Solano and Amaris. Thank you for hanging out with me today and keeping the chat busy. It's like, yeah, and it's like, and always take a look at the chat too. If you're catching this on a replay and the chat is up, there's a conversation with Jake there, kind of like getting a little bit into detail about, like manga in the United States and whatnot. So you can check out the chat there. So sometimes there's always a separate conversation going on in the chat. So make sure you don't miss out on anything. So I like to thank everybody who showed up. I like to thank currently the 3 people who are watching right now. Thank you for hanging out with me for these 2 hours. I hope that you enjoyed at least the outside atmosphere that we got inside the house. It's like, hey, that's what happens when you stream with the windows open. Not everybody can stream from a bathroom. So, so yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. So like I said, join me on Friday where we are going to close out EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn. Again, thank you everybody for supporting the campaign. Like I said, for a trade paperback, I was not expecting it to do this well. And yeah, it's like it's just been a surprise. Every campaign is a surprise, but this one even more so. So join me and Nita on Friday at 11 a.m. where we will give the trade paperback, you know, the proper send off, you know, and then it's like, and then just, but you know how it is. It's like, I just got to keep it moving. So on that note, if you want to see more of my artwork in the meantime, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, with some you can see right here. But I mostly post to Facebook if you want to see kind of like the latest stuff in the updates and whatnot that I'm doing. And remember to check out my YouTube channel here on at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network, where you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics. Also, at egoworks.com, you can read the first 5 issues of EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, in its original black and white format. Yeah, so you have pretty much until the end of the year to still have access to those original pages. I'm thinking that by the time when 2023 starts, I'm going to be restarting the feed on the website so that it'll be the new color pages. It'll be the new updated pages. So if you're the type that likes to compare versions, this is going to be your last chance to do it. So yeah, so you can read EGORAVEN in its original black and white format, but if you prefer your fantasy to be more of like a furry Lord of the Rings, you can follow the link to Tall Tales, TAILS online.com, and read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free. And also don't forget to sign up to my newsletter, my monthly newsletter, where not only will you get free comic PDFs for joining, but also updates about all our current and upcoming crowdfunding campaigns. And boy, are there a lot of them. So all the links are in the show notes below. Yeah, so everything's down there. So, you know, there you can find everything. So again, thank you everybody for joining me. And I guess we'll do it again next week if I remember. So, you know, but that's how it goes, right? So, yeah. So on that note, I will see everybody later. So goodbye.
You really want to know my process?
Absolutely.
Usually starts with a holla and ends with a creamsicle.
And then if there's time in between, Thundercats.